big of a fucking gut.
No, don't get upset about it.
We're just trying to tell you as friends, right? We care about you, okay? That's all. That's all. That's all.
I go to the.
Look,
I fucking
Jim?
rode for
You go-
5,000 meters today.
Really? Oh,
Piece of
5,000 meters, right? You're getting European on us, huh, with your measurements.
Hell
Huh?
yeah, man.
How many miles is that?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's,
many-
it's about 3 miles.
About 3.
3
Yeah, so yeah,
miles.
yeah, but-
Rode that shit.
I have no idea. I made that up.
Oh, I'm liking the.
Hey, Google. How many miles is 5,000 meters?
It's 3 miles. You got a 5K?
Oh,
Jesus.
good old
Hey,
Sky.
Google.
Hey, Teddy.
How many miles is 5,000 meters?
Who cares?
All
Are
right.
these actual people? Is this is the old chat, right?
3.107.
That's the chat. That's our chat.
Going
I
on
was
right
really
now.
close.
Ricky. Holy fuck.
Fucking Ricky.
What's up,
Fucking
Ricky?
Ricky. Long time
Ricky!
no see.
Awesome, yeah.
Good seeing you.
I'm just like,
All right.
I ate some cheddar poppers, and sometime during the show, I would disappear to go take a shit, okay?
Cheddar pop.
Just do it
I'm
right
ready to-
on the stream, man.
Anybody?
I-
Did anybody hear me? For real?
What did you just say?
I just totally guessed. It was really close. 3.107 miles is
I
5,000.
told you.
Yeah,
I
that's
said.
not
I said. I
bad.
said about. Yeah, I said about 3 miles because a 5K is fucking 3.1 miles. All right, so calm down.
Boom, boom.
Yeah,
All
boom,
right.
boom.
Ladies
Boom.
and gentlemen,
Boom.
this is the Red Eye Report,
Yeah, that's your mom.
Witches and Heretics. In tonight's episode, we are going to talk about the Spanish Inquisition. Or should we say, the fake news of the Spanish Inquisition.
I gotta be fake news.
You'll find out. As always, we have our East Coaster Oracle.
The East Coast
Inquisition-
Oracle. Sorry,
The Inquisition decided to have him quartered by horses for scatological humor. But, constant bath salt use just sent him into a berserker mode, and he ripped all four horses in half. And then he beat the front half of each horse with the back half still tied to each
That's-
limb.
It's fucking stupid.
Damn.
So they moved him to
Yes.
Rhode Island.
Oh, really? Yeah, 'cause
Yep,
it's safe
it's my
right there.
private little
Were they-
fucking state.
Where they
Yeah.
don't have horses.
Where they don't have horses.
It's not big enough.
Just cruel.
Unseen to the rest of you is the Meat Man Mystic.
Meat
me.
Man
Oh,
Mystic.
fucking A. Hell yeah.
The Inquisitors were
Loose meat.
the Inquisitors were pissed when they sent him to the Iron Maiden, and they couldn't even close it halfway. Never mind, the spikes couldn't even reach any vital organs. Mystic was just pissed because he thought they were sending him to the metal band Iron Maiden.
Yeah, right?
You fuckers lied to me, man.
This isn't a concert. No.
This isn't a concert.
Fucking lied.
It's like a Marilyn Manson concert.
Oh, awesome.
Next, we have our very own Black Panther, Teddy.
Hey, watch what you say. I got a knife.
Oh shit.
Fuck
Boom,
that
boom.
shit.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
I
fucking
hope you
got
cut
you.
yourself with that shit.
I hope I cut myself too, dick. No? Okay? Don't you fucking tell me. I'm a master of this shit. I just cut myself.
Okay,
Okay, fuck.
you gonna stop talking? So Ashtray.
No,
So-
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, the Inquisitors, they took one look at his beard, and they made him an honorary executioner. He then lived out his dream, killing all white people.
That's right. How'd
Nice.
you know, man?
Yeah.
God.
And on the smooth dome of indignancy, Ashtray, I was fired for being an Inquisitor because the only question I kept asking the accused women was, can you show me again how the devil touched you? And this is the
Where'd he
Red Eye
touch you, honey?
Report.
or
Where'd he
better,
touch you at?
or better yet, can I just touch
Wait,
you where he touched you?
Did
You know what
Europe
I'm saying?
have black people?
Of course, they were
Spanish
slaves.
Inquisition?
Yeah, as slaves.
Yeah, the
The
Moors. They called them
Moors,
Moors back then.
man.
Yeah, they called them Moors.
Moors. Oh, I thought they were the lesses. I bet. But
Hey, Roseanne.
I mean,
So,
yeah, okay. I don't like dad jokes.
the burn.
All right, I'm not a big fan of dad jokes. All right, I'm gonna tell you.
All right.
because that's all I got are dad jokes.
Okay, cool. Well, you get fucking sucked in. I'm
Well, I'm
straight
not a
man.
big fan of black guys who swing fucking blades around.
Yeah, awesome, cool. They don't hang around with
Wesley
Teddy.
Snipes scared
that
me,
shit's happening,
right?
okay?
All right, motherfucker, let's get on the road here. We're talking about the Spanish Inquisition, or should we say the myth of the Spanish Inquisition?
Are you saying because it never happened or because it?
No, because
That's like the
actually,
Holocaust.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
It So it turns out in the mid or like in the 1960s, and up to like even into the 90s and 2000s, they actually were finally able to get in. So the Spanish Inquisition actually kept records on everything they did. It had a 350-year history, and they actually kept records on everybody that they had a case before them. And this was all in the time when Spain was basically united in the marriage of Ferdinand and Isabella.
Okay, so when was this again?
1469 is when Ferdinand and Isabella married, and Spain like kind of got its shit together and became the Spanish Empire.
1469 is when Ferdinand got Isabella's behind. That's how I remember.
That's right.
Write that one in the outline.
And
So anyway, when they married, so there's like a bunch of fucking small rural areas of Spain, but the marriage kind of united the whole country, and it became like there was pressure on the Jews of this country of Spain to convert to Christianity.
Yeah.
It's always about the Jews.
Yeah, poor fucking Jews, just trying to be Jews. In 1480, the Inquisition was begun. For basically, they looked into any accusations that Jews were still practicing Judaism. Let's say around the most active years were actually the from 1480 to 15. But so in 1517, this is while it's still going on, because also to give you an idea, the Spanish Inquisition technically lasted 350 years.
Yeah, the whole Inquisition did.
The entire history of the Inquisition. Yeah, 350.
I thought OJ's trial was long.
I know, really, right? 300 fucking years.
But sorry, got dad jokes tonight.
Yeah. No, it's
well, we don't give you a
your
camera.
dad does. Cool. Yeah.
You don't give me a camera because we want viewers.
So in 1517, mind you, the Inquisition started in 1480. 1517 was when the Reformation of the Catholic Church came, and the Protestants were like, wait the fuck minute here. Like, God should be the people, not like the only way to get to God is through the priests. Yeah,
Can we get
Martin
to
Luther.
the juicy torture bits?
I mean, really.
This is like a really bad drunk history episode.
It's because he's not drunk. He's sober. Stone cold sober.
No, not yet.
No.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, right.
Get to the murder, goddammit.
This is I'm trying to get to the juicy part, is that it's the fake news part. Is because the Protestants separated from the Catholic Church, and the Catholic Church was basically the predominant religion in Spain, and how they were persecuting the Jews. The Protestants, well, the Catholic Church had armies. The Protestants had the printing press. So, they just they just basically that's going to be our weapon. We're going to start printing. So in 1567, this article
slept through history fast for a reason, bro.
A discovery of plain declaration of the Fundry Fit Bill of Practices of the Inquisition of Spain. It was basically written by a author who pretended to be a Protestant victim. He wrote it under a pseudonym, Montanus. And basically this work created the whole idea that we still know of today with the torture.
So you said they didn't torture not one motherfucker during the Inquisition?
No, there was...
I've seen Mel Brooks' History of the World, all right? Will you convert?
Right.
No, we won't. Will you convert?
I'll tell you anything. Basically, the Inquisitors, for the most part, were lawyers. They were not actually...
It was awesome.
Like, they weren't priests. Out of 7,000 cases just in Valencia, like, once they start going through these documents, because they kept records of all these, They also didn't let the public ever look at them until recently. You're starting to see, for instance, in Valencia, 7,000 cases, only 2% were tortured. And of those 2%, no more were tortured for more than 15 minutes. That's how fast they're like, all right, uncle.
Well, yeah, people are going to say whatever the fuck. It ain't like the movies.
Exactly.
This ain't
And
James Bond where he's
the
getting hit in the
movies
balls over and
is
over
what
again or some
has-
shit.
the movies and the myth that we know, like even Mel Brooks, that's all based on this
Hey, at
paper
least Mel Brooks is funny.
written in this article in 1567.
So
I'm
really
pretty
what
sure
you're
that-
saying is the Spanish Inquisition and the anti-vaxxer movement are about the same.
Probably.
That they're both based on some bullshit
Yeah,
paper
some
that
bullshit
was written.
person. Yep, that got spread around and people believed it.
Okay, so
Wow.
they were able to successfully spread this rumor. What
Right, well-
damage did that actually do?
Well, what the damage was, and the reason it was being spread was because of the Spanish Empire and people trying to undermine the Spanish. It was especially Protestant nations in like Germany and other parts of Europe that were basically trying to undercut Spain, because Spain was like fucking bringing in all this gold from its colonies and shit in America.
Yeah,
And like for that 2% that were tortured for no more than 15 minutes, less than 1% were tortured more than once, and they found no records of anyone having more than 2 rounds of torture.
was this the only document that talked about torture, or was there other ones? I find it hard to believe that one document.
Oh no,
spread
I
around
mean
the
it wasn't. It was that was the first original document, but the Protestants continued to make up
Okay.
propaganda
Right.
because it was a
Right.
Protestant effort using the printing
Right.
press
Well,
So
yeah,
what-
they're using that's their
to
fucking,
undermine
they're
the
fighting
Catholic
fire
Church.
with words.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
with
that's-
words,
Yeah,
that's
and they
their
were
weapon.
literally at war ideologically with the Catholic Church.
Right.
And
Well,
that's
that's what they did to England too, though, right? With Martin Luther, Lutheranism. He used the printing press, didn't he? To
Well, he did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin Luther wasn't he also the spark of like the Reformation?
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, this was let's see here. Another thing too, they have found no record of the use of the Iron Maiden, even though we all think the Iron Maiden. Yeah.
Who was using it? Obviously,
Well,
it
there-
came from
Is that
somewhere.
broken?
one of the few surviving Iron Maidens that they had in this documentary. This is a BBC documentary made in the 90s. That was made in Germany. The thing is that the actual, like torture and execution of heretics happened across all of Europe. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't just in Spain. Like the Catholic Church was, prosecuting heresy and had inquisitioners in all parts of Europe. But Spain was the hot dog on the market with all their fucking gold,
Mm-hmm.
and also was like another reason why the Protestants targeted the Inquisition of Spain. And it's what created this known as the Black Legend, because it wasn't until in the 90s when basically anyone who still lived in Spain, and modern historians didn't come about till the 19th century. Whenever someone from Spain was like, no, we didn't really do all this shit you think, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, you're a Spaniard, of course you're gonna whitewash your own history. It wasn't till in the 1960s that, and I'm sure that also comes with just technology being able to share papers and research, that outside academics were like, well, yeah, actually, like, let's come in and look at these records, and like, yeah, maybe the Spaniards were right. Like, it wasn't really all that bad. There was like even basically the Protestants made up this whole play that's about Don Carlos, who was the son of Philip II, and he died of a weird like fucking accident. Really, is what happened. But there was rumors that he was. They basically created this story that he was sympathetic to the Protestants, and that like he went. They killed that the king
Goddamn
killed
Protestant
his own
sympathizer.
son
To prove he wasn't.
Basically, this whole play, it's an opera about the king is like, oh, should I punish my son? And the Catholic priests were like, yes, he deserves it. He's going against God. And he's like, but he's my son. And he's like, no, fucking kill him anyways. God would have you no other way. And so he fucking murders his son, and he becomes this hero, this martyr, or also like what the worst reaches of the Spanish Inquisition, that the king killed his own teenage son because he sympathized with the Protestants. Bullshit. Fake news.
Fucking Macedonians.
I have
turns
a
out-
feeling that,
Goddamn Macedonians.
I mean, there were probably just fucking rumors
Yeah.
constantly. Because how would you know
Well,
anything different?
Exactly. There's no way.
And they
to
didn't have
disprove it.
journalism institutions.
Like having Facebook.
All you had, well, if your priest told you this is how
Kinds
it
of
was,
fake shit
Right.
just going around.
of course you believed it. The priest was like the highest authority.
Right.
So,
Most
Let's
people still
see.
do. If you're
and
in
basically, most of
Catholicism.
Spain was still rural. And they said, like, the tribunals, there's only 20 of them, and each tribunal had only about 2 to 3 inquisitors, and those 20 tribunals had to split up around the entire country of Spain and go into the country folk. And what they really learned was that country folks didn't give a fuck about, whether they're Catholic or Jewish. They were just trying to survive. And the actual inquisitors, being, educated people from the cities, were kind of like, this. They're so dumb. This is like makes a mockery of our entire like trying to go out here and find, people who are, being heretics. So, in what they found though is, let's see here. Oh yeah, so that in 1570, a propagandist created a fake document that was supposedly, and think how easy it'd be to fake a document.
Oh, yeah, dude.
In 1570. Well, this is an official document from the Spanish Inquisition.
Not
all
only
you have to do is
that,
know how
but
to
not
write
that
to
many-
fake a document back then.
Not many people knew how to fucking read or write. So,
Right.
So if anybody who could read it would tell you this is what this paper said. Oh,
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
weird. So that circulated around. That was the one that actually claimed that Spain killed hundreds of thousands of people. Where in reality, with these, because this thing was actually, it was a very like bureaucratic system. The inquisitors were more lawyers than they were like religious people. They found that in the 350-year history of the Spanish Inquisition, the number of people who were killed sentenced to death was somewhere to between 3,000 to 5,000 people.
Really?
3,000 to 5,000 in a 350
In
year period.
350
Yeah.
years?
Wow,
And if you
dude.
think about it, like, because in that earlier statistic where they found just in the one city of Valencia that out of 7,000 cases, only 2% of them had to be tortured, and most of them were less than 15 minutes. You probably didn't have too many people where they had to like, well, we're gonna fucking kill you because you won't renounce your faith. But
Right.
the Protestant, basically, even though it was really used as just it was a prejudice and persecution tool to say like, oh, this, these Jewish families over here, they're practicing Judaism at night, like basically people just like rat on people, and it was a way to, like send people through the judicial system. But it was bastardized by the propaganda because Spain was the empire of the time. It is still to this day, like we use it as a trope, to say that, oh, it's just like the Spanish Inquisition, like the Red Scare was for us, with McCarthy era. Because they say realistically at the time, the cross burning of heretics they were happening all over Europe, in all countries. And during that same period of 350 years of the Spanish Inquisition, of just Spain, over 150,000 witches were burned at the stake across the whole of Europe.
150,000?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Granted, now that's over the whole of Europe, but it's still over that 350-year period when you compare it to 3,000 to 5,000 in Spain alone that were officially
Damn.
put under the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay.
So and they even have records of like even that the prisons of the Spanish Inquisition were of even a little better cleanliness in the fact that like they had less death rates than the standard city prisons.
I believe that with all the disease and shit.
Yeah. So it just goes to show that like it kind of
Teddy, are you sleeping?
he's jerking.
No,
off,
I was sleeping, but I'm up now. But shit,
it just goes to show that
it's like an old history
motherfuckers.
fucking class. Man. It's just putting me to sleep.
Shut
Goddamn numbers and shit.
Just 'cause you don't do any research.
Numbers.
Yeah,
Well,
I gotta
numbers,
get out.
you
Got
gotta
lunch
think
next
about
period.
things.
Come on, man. I got first lunch. Let's go. God damn it. Get shit on the road.
We're not
Motherfucker.
even. We're 20 minutes in.
Jesus
Pull your
Christ. I
shit.
feel like
Pull
killing
your
myself.
shit.
I got a butter. I'll fucking do
Basically,
it.
though,
But
the moral of the story was that this kind of inquisitioning was going around by the Catholics all across Europe, and it sounds like kind of they really pinned it on Spain because they were the fucking big rich dog at the time.
All right.
So on that
Fuck
note,
Spain and those dicks, those assholes.
fucking
Dude, speaking of torture,
no,
I went,
actually, the moral of the story is fuck those Protestants and their fake news.
yeah, fucking Protestants.
What
went to-
I want to know is what did the Inquisition do for the Me Too movement? Because they
Yeah,
weren't woke enough for the Me
No,
Too.
right? Fucking Me
I
Too
gotta
better
say
get
this,
themselves a printing press.
I got to get a chance to go to the first torture museum. It's in a little town in Italy, and
Really?
yeah, it was pretty cool. We a lot of the stuff they had, I was like, it was kind of fucked up that the people thought of the things due to the old human, due to fucking humans.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one, like, we were the only people in the museum, me and my wife were, when we toured it. Like, we didn't see really anybody else in there and shit. And there was like a downstairs section, and it smelled like the catacombs in Rome and shit. So I was like, I'm not going down there. And my wife, she's
Did
like,
she go down?
I was like, she's like, you fucking pussy. She went down like 3 stairs, like, nah, fuck that, I'm out. I'm like, see, told you? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, see, fuck that.
Who was running the place? Did he look like creepy, like the crypt
It
keeper?
was some like pale Italian guy. I'm like, it was crazy.
They're all pale Italians.
No, they're not all pale Italians. I mean, it's like
I'm
they're guys waiting on you in like there are guys waiting on us in 100-degree heat with fucking tuxedos on, not busting sweat at all.
Yeah.
How the fuck does it happen? I'm like, this. I got a tank top and fucking shirt and fucking and boxers on. I'm sweating.
Flesh God
And I'm
Apocalypse.
no, they weren't.
Oh,
I didn't know they were Italian.
they are Italian
Awesome.
from Rome.
Rock on,
you
bro.
know.
Yeah, did you see any memorable crazy torture devices when you were there?
One thing that got me was it was this thing they would bind people's arms behind their back, and there was a kind of like a grate of triangles, like sharp triangles, 4 or 5 of them,
Mhm.
and they would make you kneel. They would tie they would sit you down, like kneel you down, and tie your fucking legs so your shins are on those things.
Oh,
And they would put
fuck.
weights, and they put weights on your thighs and shit. And
Oh,
press
so
you
your
down.
shins are on the spikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're kind of like down Japanese style, but your arms behind your back, and they're like tied to your ankles and
Dude.
shit.
They
Yeah, fucking-
still do that shit in Russian prisons.
Do you really?
yeah.
Have you ever seen that shit?
No.
Like
I
world's
believe
toughest
that.
prisons and shit.
Mm-mm.
They make them like walk fucking like that, like kneeling down with like bars across their fucking backs of their legs and shit. And, like while they beat them and shit, like while they're walking, dude. They just don't give a fuck.
They don't
Like,
have
Russians
to.
do not fucking care.
Yeah, they do not care. No.
Yeah, fucking Russians. There was some weird, I can't remember where
Russians
it was
do not care.
used for, but the name of it, but it was a device that was shaped, imagine kind of like a pear. I believe it was for torturing women, where they literally would force
What?
this pear-shaped object into their vagina. The thing
Oh
is,
my
though, they
God.
had a crank, and when they would turn it, so this pear-shaped thing had like metal plates, and then it would, like, as they cranked it, it would expand.
Oh my
and it
God!
could rupture their,
Oh my god.
whole pelvis.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
Talk
Jesus,
about
my-
a rough gynecologist visit.
Yeah.
well, they were. You know what the Nazis did to dudes, right?
No.
Really?
No, I don't.
Well,
I'm
they
not
did
into
all
torture
kinds
things.
of stuff, but
When they
like,
would stick their dicks in bottles, break it off, and then have women walk in front of them naked,
ooh, I
just
never heard of that
until
one.
they got a hard on.
Do what now?
You never heard of that shit? When they would
No.
break
Never.
bottles off on their penises
Ugh.
and then fucking make naked chicks walk in front of them. And
That
shit for
sounds-
hours until they fucking if they didn't, then they just move on to something else. Like that's just some shit. That's just some sadistic fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, let's try this shit.
Right.
You know, like
But it's like this is why it's hard for me to watch The Handmaid's Tale, man. I mean, fucking, I have to stop in episodes because shit
that
like
shit's
this.
creepy, isn't it?
I'm like, it's just like
really,
it's,
it does such a good job of making you
and
feel,
you feel
like,
like
have,
you're there. Yeah, like you have
have
something
nowhere to
invested in it.
go.
Right. I'm like, oh my god, I don't.
Sounds
Oh,
like a
Jesus Christ.
blast.
It's like it's I haven't medias don't really like books usually do this for me. Like I've not had a TV show or a movie do this for me in a while, so that's why I'm excited about it. Like books usually do it for me, or video games. I've not had a TV show do it for me, and this TV show
I've
makes
never
me
read
so
the
uncomfortable.
book,
to
and
watch.
I wonder if
Yeah.
it's. I wonder because of Margaret Atwood's involvement, if it's.
It was
I have
feels
read
like it.
the book, The Handmaid's Tale.
Watch the show and tell me if it's close to the book.
They did a movie like
Yeah,
Did they?
years ago.
years ago. Yeah.
We
It's-
kind of suck.
eh.
Weird.
I do have to ask you a question about an episode later on, so we'll do the show.
Alright.
Go ahead. Go.
All right. What's next?
What's next, Ashtray? It's on you, buddy.
We
You got more numbers?
What's
Is there more numbers?
Sexy?
Oh,
yeah,
cool, awesome.
we got 4 what sexies. Can you count
Oh,
them,
cool.
Teddy?
I can. 1,
Whoa,
2, 3,
one
4.
second.
First,
Ooh,
what's
ooh,
sexy? One what's sexy is Mystic. Roseanne getting the boot.
Oh, fuck that bitch. So Roseanne Barr tweeted out some dumb shit about fucking about Obama's Obama's like I don't even know who she was. Foreign fucking affairs someone? I don't know. Anyway, it was just some dumb racist fucking comment, and ABC jumped on all over it, fucking canceled her shit. That's my what's sexy, is that she thought she was untouchable,
Mm-hmm.
and this bitch got her fucking show, got a $50 million show canceled.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
Fuck
what you
her,
get.
man.
Right.
I
That's
heard
what
it
you
was
get,
like
and that's
11 hours after the show. It was fast.
yeah, they were prepared. ABC was prepared. They knew some shit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had
And
the
it-
fucking
Contingency plan.
fuck Roseanne button.
Oh
Yeah,
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 I bet
Great
they
book.
did.
I think it's funny because they have a huge all original. I've watched like the first half of the first episode of that fucking thing. It's a whole season's on Hulu. There was fucking. It's like all of her co-stars like pissed at her and shit, and it's because like this is the first job they've had in like 20 years.
Yeah.
I know.
I would
then-
be
Dan
upset.
Lawrence,
Oh my god!
Dan Goodman and or John Goodman and fucking
The guy from Big
the
Bang.
kid that played fucking David are the only two that
Yeah.
ever did anything.
Well, didn't
Yeah.
there sit Jackie, the one who played Jackie? I think she did some stuff. I can't remember, but
Man, she was in some shit that like nobody fucking even
Yeah,
knows.
nobody-
You're like,
yeah.
I think she did some shit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Nobody
you're right.
really knows what she
you're
did.
right. You're right.
Right.
I mean,
Right, this is
she's
their
in the
first
Big Bang. She's fucking what's his face's mom in the Big Bang Theory, but she's not in
Oh,
it
is she?
every episode.
Yeah.
But she fucking. I mean, yeah, this is like you just got all of them fucking like we had a job for like a year. Now you fuck it up for us.
Yeah, pretty much. You know.
I gotta go. I gotta go
Well,
back
yeah,
to the
and
Piggly
you know
Wiggly
that-
after Total Dicks. I'd never be back.
That
Fuck
initial
you.
contract is always like, it's enough. It was probably think how much of it went to John Goodman and to do
Yeah.
them Big Bang Theory. Just to
Mhm.
like get them on board because they
Right.
have way more lucrative deals. Than
Yeah,
what-
John Goodman's sitting back like I don't really care. I'll go back to doing movies.
right.
You know what I mean? Like what
Yeah.
the fuck?
But, Yeah, it sucks for anyone else too, like writers and
hmm
all the people who work on the staff, shit like
right.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking-
All the staff. That's the hard one. Like the TV stars and the actors, they'll find other jobs. But
Yeah.
like what about that gaffer that made $15 an hour? You know what I mean? Now he's got to go find another fucking $15 an hour bullshit job in Hollywood,
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
which ain't gonna happen.
I mean, hopefully most of them have I can imagine that some of those things where it's like, well, you jump from one TV show to another.
Yeah, maybe.
Um,
yeah.
So hopefully it isn't too disruptive, but maybe it's more for like people who are writers who are very
Right.
you're tired, because a makeup artist could do makeup on another sitcom or whatever, but still, it's like you're counting on that fucking gravy train of the top rated show of last year.
Yeah.
Just
Mom,
stupid Roseanne. So next is my
Oh, God.
What's Sexy.
Ooh, awesome. What is it?
Number
Awesome.
2, What's Sexy. Jesus Christ, Teddy, we saw you like moving furniture while we're doing our episodes. My What's Sexy
It's my fucking
is
couch. I'll move it if I want to.
the Ambien maker responded to
Fucking dick.
Roseanne's tweet, and they basically said, let's see here, where is it? While all pharmaceutical treatments have side effects, racism is not a known side effect of any of Sanofi medications.
That's right. She blamed it on Ambien, didn't she?
Yep, because she
Yeah.
was like, it was 2 in the morning and I was tweeting on Ambien. Like, grow the fuck
So?
up. Grow the fuck up, Roseanne.
Or
Right.
like
What is
she's
she, a
not-
60-year-old woman?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, or is she a teenager at night? Like, I said some dumb stuff on Facebook, and now I got to go to school in the morning and apologize, or like, not look my friends in the eyes. Like, no,
No.
you fucking
Be the
celebrity,
maker of
you
Ambien
dumb.
just
Tens of
responded
millions of
since she was
people
wondering
blaming
about this.
Ambien.
Yeah.
saw your shit, you
It
dumb
is-
bitch.
Your shit has
it's stunning.
consequences.
It's just-
Right.
You want to you want the stardom and the money,
I thought the
and the
funniest
fame that
part
comes with it. You take all that comes with it.
when she was like, when all the other stars were like saying, or all the other people on the sitcom were like, yeah, she shouldn't have said this and blah blah blah. They weren't like defending her. She's like, now I know how the POTUS feels. What?
She said that. Oh wow.
Yeah, she's like,
Is that what
now
she
I
said?
know how
Yeah, I heard
POTUS
she went
feels.
on a
She has to
tirade,
deal with
so-
this every day.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if y'all was watching the new show, but the first episode
She's
was about
hoping
her.
Trump's gonna give her a job. Wouldn't that be
Well,
amazing if she gets a job in the White
She's
House?
like,
That-
she's the new press secretary.
Oh
Yes.
my
Sarah.
god.
Because
So
Huckabee
sassy.
fucking cried and shit.
Holy shit.
That would be.
Dude, she'd make a perfect fucking
Yes.
Secretary of State. That was a
What?
joke,
You
by
serious?
the way.
Yeah,
You see her?
totally.
No, I'm not fucking serious. You see her trying to
Jesus
talk to
Christ.
Angela Merkel?
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. That bitch she'd probably smack her.
Ugh.
All right. Next up, our sexy number 3, Oracle, ruining history.
Boom.
Ashtray just did that with the fucking Inquisition speech.
Yeah.
Next is Teddy.
So there's a
you,
show.
Yeah,
It's on.
get in line, buddy.
It's on YouTube. Actually,
Today
it was
we're
on
talking about
Prime.
the
I
Battle
watched it
of
on
Elysia.
Prime,
Who's she?
and
Never
it's
heard of
called
that in my-
Ruining History. And it's kind of
Why do we
like
got,
She.
a panel fucking doofuses.
we got a dumb web page on our. Oh, there we go.
And they're fucking I don't know, so like the first episode is like Benjamin Franklin, and they just talk about like how Benjamin Franklin was like into like swinger parties and fucking all this weird shit. But they actually have some pretty interesting ones too. They've done like these epic battles and shit, and kind of like interesting things. And if you go into it without too high of expectations,
Set your bar low.
yeah,
Like
I mean
you
it's
do
not
when you come to our show.
exactly. It's
Yeah, I
not
was gonna say,
highbrow
they're
fucking
already
shit.
watching ours.
And it's just, it's fun. It's funny. They fucking just kind of let them go. They get a little drunk while they're doing it sometimes. During like the Johnny Appleseed, where you find out that Johnny Appleseed was just a drunk fucking weirdo. Planting
Probably like
fucking
chase little girls.
planting fucking apple orchards in order to make fucking apple alcohol. I'm trying to think. What is the apple
Mead?
alcohol? Cider.
Cider?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
So yeah, check it out. It's a BuzzFeed show. I see they've got a bunch of other stuff But this one, it's been interesting. So.
If you're here watching us, you'll like this.
Right.
Yeah, right. Could be worse.
Could be worse, yeah.
Bam. So next up, number 4 is Teddy.
Black man. Craig of the Creek is my sexy is. This show is I think Mystic's young that has kids, so finding a show to watch with your kids or finding little things in shows, kid shows are pretty cool because they don't have Saturday morning cartoons anymore unless you have cable. There's no before or after school cartoons anymore unless you have cable. And this cartoon it comes on Cartoon Network. It's about a black kid who lives in a neighborhood, and all the kids play in what's called the creek. It reminds you of when kids played outside and fucking yeah. And so like the creek is you have the kids that play pretend to be horses in the meadows. You have fucking these which is kind of like this vacant lot. And then you got the ninja kids hang out by the waterfall, which in actuality is like a foot tall because the kids' imagination is like a fucking Japanese waterfall. And it just reminds you of every time it's time for kids to go home to dinner, there's a dinner bell or dinner horn. This kid blows a little flugelhorn and shit. Their measurement of distance is backyards. It reminds you of being a kid when kids used to play outside.
That's really sad when kids used to play outside.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know.
I mean, it's and the main character of the story, he's a kid who's fucking, and nobody's ever made a map of the fucking of the creek, so he's actually making a map of the creek, and it's fucking awesome. I mean, another cool thing they have in it is it's the trading tree. I don't know if everybody growing up, you always had that kid that would trade anything, like the trading kid.
Yeah.
In this cartoon, the trade kid runs a tree, which is kind of like a trade store inside the creek that the kids go to, and it's pretty fucking awesome. Like it reminds you of the way you used to play as a kid. And watching with my son, I'm like, oh shit, just like it's real cool to share that kind of stuff with my son and have him visualize it. I mean, when they play tags, fucking the kid his fingers like glowing and shit, and when he tags somebody, it's like bright flash. It's just real cool. Really imaginative, and I think it's real positive for kids.
Sounds cool.
And as parents watching it would bring back a shit ton of memories.
What's it called again?
It's called Craig of the Creek.
Craig of the Creek.
Terry Crews is the voice of his dad, but it's him, his fucking a friend named Chelsea, and JP, these little country dudes, funny as shit. And Chelsea's like a LARPer. She has a little parakeet that sits on her head and a foam sword, but she thinks it's fucking dope. You should watch it. It's really
cartoon.
It's on Cartoon Network, yeah. It's getting real positive reviews. It's real nice. You want us to go where? That's like 15 backyards away.
I'll be sure to put that on my watch list when I have a child.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I had a child.
I forgot the last part of that sentence. When I have a child tied up in the corner.
Maybe they'll shut their mouth for once.
Right? Something to pass the time while I sharpen my knives.
I treated him well, Your Honor, I swear.
I let him watch Craig of the Creek.
You ever see that show? It really reminds you of your childhood.
I'm sure the judge is like, oh, well, shit, you're a good guy.
Craig of the Creek. I heard really good things about that show.
Case dismissed.
My granddaughter watches it.
I'm going to order pizza real quick, so I'm going to go silent.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, eat it, dick.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Fucking hungry and I'm high. Fuck y'all.
All right.
Cool.
We're going to move on now to the fuck what you think section.
Cool. Yeah, I know. Let's fuck what you think here. Let Teddy go first so I can order my pizza.
All right, fine, Teddy.
Awesome,
Teddy,
cool. Boom.
Your fuck what you think is unlisted.
My fuck what you think is unlisted. It's the last week I talked about a guy, Ratsunato, whatever, this little kid. He wasn't little. He's 30 years old, and a Syracuse judge had to make him move out of his parents' house because a little shit didn't want to move out. His parents had offered him money and help him to help him get out the house. So Alex Jones, the same Alex Jones from InfoWars, fucking conspiracy theorist, fucking crazy screaming nutbag, fucking gave this dick $3,000 because apparently helping out shitheads so they can't get on their own is a great thing to do. I was watching fucking one thing that really got me was I was watching there's an episode of It's Always Sunny, and it's the one where fucking they sell the cocaine to the guy, and they got to fucking they can't get they find some cocaine in the speakers, and they fucking sell cocaine to the guy.
The mob,
yeah, from the mob, yeah. And so Dee's like, we can fucking do this and supplement it or whatever. And Charlie and all the guys like, well, no. And she's like, how do 3 men in their 30s not have $800 between them? It's just like, and it kind of thought, I'm like, how the fuck do you not, as somebody in the 30s or something, how do you not have it? So it's I'm like, really, I'm like, why? I mean, that motherfucker, 30-something years old, get the fuck out, all right?
I talked with my dad about that over this holiday weekend, and my dad was like, that was you, I would have kicked your ass. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't really understand, like, why his dad didn't just throw him out.
Right.
Yeah.
What I don't get is,
how did they enable him for that long?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it's crazy.
I don't get with Alex Jones. I mean, he could have taken that money and donated it or given it to something a lot.
Yeah, something else, right.
I mean,
right.
Even a dumb shit Alex Jones cause. Why?
Yeah,
why would you give it to
the shithead who doesn't have the sense or fucking drive to get out of his goddamn parents' house?
Well, maybe he gave them a handy before the show.
I don't know. It's just retarded. Just fucking
probably money that the kid donated to him.
That is an expensive
over the past 10 years.
Yeah, right. I mean, maybe is that Alex Jones's fucking
maybe he's a long
user base?
Illegitimate love child. Maybe that kid's mom banged Alex Jones 30 years ago.
Well, on that note,
yeah,
things just get really quiet.
We'll go
here.
to
we're all like,
next. Fuck what you think is we'll do mine. Sarah Sanders' emotional response to the child reporter about school safety. Did you see this fucking shit they're peddling in the news? Oh, it's because there's a little sliver of soul that Sarah Sanders
that shit.
It peeks through, and her voice quivers a little bit, and basically, it's the kid saying like, "Hey, I'm sick of doing these active shooter drills, and what's your administration doing and gonna do about school shootings?" And she's, as a mom, and it's like,
Mom, bitch, your kids go to private school.
Yeah, it was just a bullshit. I mean, it was just a stupid pander response, but it was given with that Oscar whimper, and she, the administration.
The young colleague in the back.
Fuck no, they're not.
Hopefully,
no, they are Ashtray. Wait, Ashtray, they are. They're sending out thoughts and prayers. Okay.
What up, Uphill?
I got mine in the mail.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen this Sarah Sanders thing yet. So.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
We are watching Sarah Sanders.
And certainly as a parent, there is nothing.
Her stupid whimper crying response.
So do you think it was legit?
You feel that way?
Well, like it may have. Sure, it may have been legit in the sense of like anyone who has kids themselves, and thinking about their kids being afraid in their school, like could make you get where like you choke up for a bit, and that's essentially all that really happened. She choked up a little bit in her speaking, but I fucking think is the fact. What?
Sorry. Look at Teddy. He looks like he's yelling at that person.
Hold on.
Must be. Or he's talking into his shoes.
Like he's just like, motherfucker, I swear to God, you burn that crust next time.
Is he fucking ordering a pizza or what?
Yes, he's ordering a pizza.
Why does he look like that?
Yes. We're going to lose sponsors because of this fucking ADD motherfucker.
So anyways.
High-ass ADD-riddled motherfucker.
What the fuck is he talking into?
His watch.
His watch.
Because it's too lazy to pull his phone on his pocket. Our next fuck what you think then will be Oracle's Original Thinkers.
Yeah, so when I was getting the link for the ruining history fucking videos, and I look at the the comments, and there was just some comment like, "Oh, what a bunch of idiots. None of them are original thinkers." And I was
Oh,
thinking to
God.
myself, I was like, you know what? If you have to tell somebody that you are an original thinker,
Yeah.
you
right,
are a
right.
fucking
Right.
idiot.
Yeah, you haven't had an original thought in your life.
Right. I hate that shit. When somebody is like, oh, well, you know, you're
I
fucking
think outside
brainwashed.
the box.
Yeah. Let me tell you about why, you know, fucking the earth is fucking flat.
Flat.
Or
Yes,
let me tell
I
you.
had someone who shared a dumb flat Earth thing. It's like sometimes we share things where it's like
It's 'cause I
you know,
was
just 'cause
yelling
you're
at him,
afraid to
Mystic.
think outside of modern conceptions.
Damn it.
Ah!
We
You really
sent
yelling at that dude?
a
Yeah, I
bunch
was,
of
man.
shit into
That's funny.
space.
Mm.
The Earth is obviously fucking a
Right?
Burn
spherical
the fucking
I'm
pizza
only
again,
able to
bruh,
call
and
you
it's
an
going
idiot
down.
on the
Remember
other side
that?
of the world because the world is round. You dumb fucking.
But those are always the first ones that are like, well, I'm an original thinker. Just because
Yeah.
you are a contrarian doesn't make
Right,
you
yeah.
a fucking
Doesn't
original
mean it's
thinker.
original.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
think
No.
that shit's
Anyone
dumb.
could be a contrarian. All you do is just counter whatever the
Exactly.
person. You know, and you can't
Tony-
be a
Tony
contrarian
V's logic is
without
dude.
the you know, the initial like agreed upon premise. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
contrarians fucking wither when it comes down to
Yeah,
like
because you can't prove the negative.
exactly.
That's what everyone always says, you know. Well, you can't prove that God isn't real. Well, that's not the point. The point is that you're trying to tell me that he is. So the burden of proof is on you, stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why?
Original thinking thought.
I know what you mean, Oracle, and I hate it that people can't just watch a show or like listen to music and just take it for what
Yeah,
it is.
just chill
Yeah.
out. It's fucking
Chill the
okay.
yeah, just chill the fuck out and watch it.
This is
If you don't like
entertainment.
it, move the
Don't-
fuck on.
Right, we live in a time with more
You can
fucking
go-
media to consume
Exactly.
than
Than we
any-
ever
Go
will be
watch
able to.
Zeitgeist, the 12th documentary or whatever. You know, I don't know what the fuck to watch.
Yeah, or watch that stupid crock of shit that what the bleep do we know? It still has a lot of
Oh.
high reviews.
Or
Man.
watch the Radar Report. That works too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch us. We'll fucking
Watch
watch a
us.
line of bullshit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or
Right?
just a lot of shit because
Speaking of
Patrick likes
bullshit.
shit all the time.
Moving on to Mystic, Demarius Randall.
So this dude used to play for the Packers. He's a
Oh
cornerback.
yeah, I thought that was.
They traded
familiar.
him to the Cleveland Browns. Well, the problem here is that he's a big Golden State Warriors fan, and the
Mhm.
Golden State Warriors are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals for the 4th straight year.
Mhm.
So this fucking idiot made a comment on Twitter and said that everyone that retweets this tweet, I will buy a Cavaliers jersey for you if the Cavaliers win. Right? Now, anybody who follows basketball knows that the Cavaliers aren't going to win. They were just too good. So he's not going to have to pay this shit anyway. But his tweet went viral. He would have been on the hook. At last count, I think it was like $20-some million
Oh
worth of
my
jersey.
god.
Yeah.
That would be
At $100 a
fucking
pop.
amazing.
So now he came out and said that it was obviously a joke. Yeah, it's a joke because you ain't got that kind of money. You
Yeah,
fucking
right.
fucktard.
And
You know what I mean? Who do you
What-
think you are? Who you fucking Deion Sanders?
with the way the internet is,
You got traded to the Browns, motherfucker. From the Packers, like the worst
Right.
ranked defense in the NFL.
Right, you probably can't even get White Castle.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
In other words, know your place, nigga.
Yeah, and
Oh,
to do that
shit.
shit in Cleveland, those Browns fans are probably like, "Who the fuck is this retard?"
Oh my god, that would be so great if like you know the mafia fucking got involved to like swing the game or something like that.
Right? Yeah. So he had to
It's
pay. 'em.
because
Right.
the mob actually had a financial interest in these
In
jerseys.
the jerseys.
Right? Yeah.
That's 20 mil and 20%.
They get
Right.
8 cents on every jersey. You know what that adds up to, Fat Tony? Anyway,
Sounds
yeah,
like a
that's
bad
my
plot for the
what you
departed
think. This
two.
guy's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Stick to playing football, dude. You're not
Yes.
a Rhodes Scholar. There's a reason that fucking people like you. Just saying.
Yeah,
So,
Mystics, just saying.
I'm just saying. He's
So-
never had an original thought in his life. That's what I'm saying.
True.
Ah,
Who
That's
has?
boom,
Who
boom.
has?
boom, boom.
In all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, go fuck yourself, Dickeyville, Wisconsin.
Dickieville.
Dickieville.
Is that an actual place?
It is. My aunt used to live there.
Dickieville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our
Well, I mean,
show.
if you once you kill all the Indians and take their land, what would you call it? Exactly.
Yeah, we were a little
Dickieville. Some
dick.
dicks.
It's
Yeah,
dick
we're a little dick. We're a little
Yeah.
dicky, buddy. You're allowed to be dicky here. Right?
You're allowed to be
Right
dick.
You want that? You want that house? Fuck it, take it. Who cares? Who's gonna stop you? He's not.
Are we saying our
got
names now?
smallpox.
Is that what's happening?
That's our show. Make sure you
Not
join
real
the
names.
conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. You can Twitter us at
No, we don't care
twitter.com.
about our Twitter.
We don't fuck Twitter. Like us, share us,
We
and
don't.
fuck us. We're down for whatever. I am the Ashtray.
I'm Mystic.
I'm Oracle.
Oh, I'll go last. I'm Teddy. Fuck. I mean, shit. That's why I was waiting. Fuck Kirby's. Motherfuckers.
Right?
God,
Yeah,
I
I-
hate people.
Back of the name line, Teddy. Back of the name
Yeah, I
You
was-
line.
can actually say it, Ashtray? Come on.
Yeah.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
There
Yeah,
you
take your
go.
fucking
Boom.
There
I
you
forgot about that part. Oh, I'm an amateur.
Buddy,
Who hired this guy?
Shakalaka.
Yeah, you're not an amateur. You're just drunk.
Is anyone still around watching?
No.
Yeah, where are all the
No.
weirdos who are obsessed with
I
our
don't know.
bald heads?
Probably out killing hookers or some shit.
They did sound pretty weird.
Because they
I
watch
Maybe it's
told them
better that they
specifically
didn't
what the
show
voices
up.
said to do, and they did it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The voice said blondes, not brunettes.
53
Okay,
minutes.
so Mister, here's my
boys.
question about the thing. All right,
Not bad.
I started watching into season 2 without knowing I was into season 2, so now I'm all caught up because my son was sick. Had been sick for